Because that is what is happening in our country. Our children's curriculum is being put in order, in good order, for the first time. And I'm not talking to someone who has just come on the scene. I've been in Mount Vernon working for the benefit of children for many years, over 40. I've seen the good and I've seen the bad. Right now, I'm seeing tremendous improvement like I have never seen before. This is not easy to accept. The fighting and the highlighting only the negative is something that has to change in the culture of Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon owes its children, our 8,000 to 10,000 children in the city. We owe them an education so that in 20 years, 30 years from now, we will have in place good leadership. People will have happy lives. People will be happy. And every ounce of the interim superintendent's efforts, day and night she works to make this place better. Those of us on the board who are working for the benefit of children and not for this to show ourselves, we work day and night. Board members all across this nation give tremendously of their time, their efforts, their knowledge.
Well, what do you think to hear about this? I guess the health
This is
department is
something
saying
that
that
I would have to read and go back and to investigate and see what it is. I walked in the building this morning and I say, where is the asbestos? And the principal said, I don't know anything about this.
Can we go
Well, I
with
guess-
you right now, see it?
Can you go into
Yeah,
it?
with you inside the building.
Well,
You got the pictures.
The pictures are in there with the report.
If principal didn't see it, how
inside
come he
here.
got the pictures?
I don't know how where did you get your picture?
It's in the report. The investigator, the inspectors from the state took pictures and attached it to the report.
What is the date?
I guess the report was sent
December
to
5th, 2012, and a letter followed up on February 13th to Judith. February 5th to.
And have you had this discussion with the superintendent?
It's in black and white. I don't need to call her. This
Well, I
is
think
this
you
is this is
do.
the health
I
department.
don't think you.
I don't need.
Would this normally be something the board members would see if you got something like
Yes,
this?
and we would discuss if it is something, if it is not.
This leads to mold.
Being taken
Water
care
damage is
of.
mold. So this is mold. This is a health issue. You breathe this, you have respiratory problems. Kids can have asthma in here, thinking they have problems, but the asthma could really be coming from the mold. And that's serious. So I'm not here. This is not fighting. This is protecting the kids. Because if we have an issue, we need to know about it instead of someone covering it up.
Of course, there's no one who would be more, if it's protective of the children's health, which is first.
This is what I'm here
That's
for.
even before the intellectual development.
Can you say this to me on camera so I have this on camera?
I really did not necessarily, if it is something that has affected the health of children.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're good? Okay, go ahead.
That would be first. The health is more important than anything else. Next is our intellectual development. And we're working on that. And we also, first, we work on what is necessary for the health of our children to be improved and maintained. So if there's an issue, I would think that we would have had this discussion if Mr. Rivers can come, he has come to board meetings and bring it to our attention that way or directly to the superintendent. This superintendent runs a very open audience. She is open.
So you're not concerned, you don't think she was hiding this report from
I
you?
can say to you, Chief, that our interim superintendent hides nothing. That I can say to you.
So why do you think you haven't seen the report? Do
I'm
you think it's
saying
been?
that's what I have to investigate. But as far as my experience with her this far has been that she's open. She's open to board members. She's open to parents. She's open to staff. So I don't really understand this, but it's what it is.
Do you know what the policy is as far as checking for asbestos in schools?
I can say to you that it is certainly in place and it is often done. And I believe it's done according to the schedules or complaints, if there are complaints. So I believe that it is time for us to stop looking for things that could impact our community in a negative way. If it is found that there is something, we correct it. But other than that, I think we need to move on for progress.
So do you think this is just nitpicking? Some like people complaining about
I'm
something?
not going to name it. I think we can all, we're very much aware of what it is.
What is it? You can't talk in circles on TV.
Well, actually, no, we don't need to talk in circles. What it is, since it didn't come to the front source first, since I have not heard from it at the board level, I think it's looking to find something wrong. And since there has been a history of that, then I'm not surprised. And that always happens, but we can't dwell on that. We need for you to come and dwell on some of the good things that happen in this history. And you know what? I will say that there have been many occasions where I have been there, and I said, boy, I wish the newspaper was here. Boy, I wish the news trolls here. I wish they could see this beautiful site. I wish you could come in and see our beautiful workshops.
We often do come to a lot of. Can you just tell me what will you do now with this information? Now that you have it in your hand, you're concerned.
We will
about
investigate it. Excellent.
Okay. How quickly though? Because if it is something serious, the children aren't attending school
We
here.
will investigate it as starting today. When I leave here.
Is it possible we go inside and see it ourselves, what's going on in there?
Before, I think we're all very safe. I believe we should be over that much respect. And before anyone as a single board member.
She's a very, very nice lady. I know her.
She's
a very nice
extremely-
person. And I'm pretty sure she's not the type of person to hide stuff.
No, she doesn't.
And I know if we call her right now, on the phone, tell her the 12 months ago, she's not going to say no to you. She will not say no.
Well, I would rather you call her.
Okay, we will call.
Can you just say and spell your name so I have it? Frances.
Judith
My
Johnson.
name is Frances.
Frances. Frances.
That's
And
right.
double S.
W-I-N.
Amen. Great. Thank you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll give her a call too and see. And
Let's get you in.
this way.
Over here.
Tell me when you're set. Who's the other guy?
He's IT supervisor, IT for the
Oh,
district.
he's with the school. Okay, you good. Okay, tell me why you're out here today.
The reason I'm out here, this is a health concern. A report was issued December 5th, 2012, a follow-up letter February 5th, 2013 regarding asbestos and mold issues. There's procedures and policies put in place that saying every 6 months they have to look for asbestos. And the report that the New York State Department of Health, it was first referred to the United States Environmental Protection Agency, and they kicked it down to the state. They said that this hasn't been a plan in place here to remediate asbestos since 2005, which I think every parent should be up in arms. Why do I have a report in my hands and the board members? I think that's deeply concerning, and every parent should want to know where their tax dollars are being spent when we had people on the payroll paid to do this work that never did this work. I think we should be up in arms. This building should be closed down until they get to the source of the problem. Mold, asbestos can lead to cancer, respiratory problems. We don't know if kids here have asthma, what the source of the asthma was. I think this school should be closed until they remediate and get every piece of mold and asbestos out of the school.
And you know there is, for a fact, there is asbestos in the school.
It's in the report, actually. There is asbestos-containing materials in this school, and it says in there they've been negligent with their handling of the asbestos-containing materials, as well as mold. There's a kindergarten class that is taped off. The closet is taped off so the kids won't be exposed to mold. That's not how you remediate mold. At the least, you can spray it with bleach and water to kill the mold. And I don't think that was even done.
So what do you want to see happen now?
I want the school closed down and investigate it until they get every piece of asbestos-containing material and mold out of it. These kids are in danger.
Okay, great. Thank you. Do you know how many kids go to school here?
Approximately about 500.
Now, how do you know about the kindergarten class?
It says it in the report.
It's in the report
Oh,
that
yeah,
the
right
closet
here. I'll
door is
show you.
closed?
Yes, taped off right here.
I don't want to drop it.
Oh, no. I read this thing with kindergarten. It was, the kindergarten room had water damage. The closets were taped off to access due to moisture and mold.
Wow. Okay.
Serious. These are little kids. I can see for 6th graders. These are little kids.
Right,
You don't
right.
know if
They don't know.
the parents are bringing them to the doctor for such and such.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. Have
No
you spoken
problem.
to any parents that are like really concerned about
Well, they're
this?
very concerned. If you go to the central office, 165 North Columbus, a ton of them called in this morning because they went district-wide. I don't think this is just an isolated incident. I think
Right,
other
sure.
schools have done this, and they're coming. I just got to happen to get a hand on this report that contained this school. If I get more stuff, I'll send it over
Okay.
to you.
All right,
But
great.
this is. I'm concerned. I'm a real estate broker, and I know for a fact plenty of my deals were killed because of asbestos. That wasn't even airborne.
Right,
So I
right,
said, if this is on a wide scale, this whole school was used with asbestos in the ceilings, the tiles.
What is it,
And for
K
her
through
to say,
6?
we're going to look into it, she should say, we want this school closed until we get to the party. Because in another district, anywhere outside of Alberta, it would have been closed. I've seen it in Ramapo happen, I've seen it in other parts of Western. They closed the school when they found certain things.
It's K through 6 in here?
K through 6.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
No problem. You need Judith Johnson's cell number?
Do you have any idea?